Welcome to the 2021 October event from Work Smarter Together. In the spirit of these events, we usually alternate between a focus purely on internal and in other events we bring in external. October is the time when we typically bring in visitors, and so we have an interesting and exciting lineup this morning with Ciara Garvin joining us from Work Juggle, and with the Innovation Academy hosting two interesting people from outside UCD, as well as our own colleagues from IT services joining us for further information and insight into what we're doing around the digital office and hybrid working. It's all focused on hybrid working. We have 3 different segments because of the variety that goes into it, and so hopefully across the 3 of those you'll find stuff that you find interesting. But before we get into the detail, can I invite Mark Rogers to open the session with a few words? Mark has been a great supporter and indeed one of the instigators or prompts behind Work Smarter Together since it began in 2014. So it's always great to have Mark's support at these events. So Mark, over to you for your intro.
Thanks very much, Michael, and again, welcome to everybody to this event. Delighted to see so many coming in on Zoom. The focus today, obviously, on hybrid working is particularly topical as we now see that the higher than expected numbers of COVID cases mean that the full relaxation of the rules is going to be delayed for another little while. But really delighted to see the continuing interest in Work Smarter Together and the broader agenda about sort of agility, working together to really develop and improve the life and work on the campus. I am, as Michael has said, a firm supporter and believer in the notion that really working together as a group means that we will get much more done. It'll be much more enjoyable to do it, and we'll benefit from the sort of innovation and in reality the deeper understanding of people in the jobs that they do to really help make life better for ourselves, but also in terms of delivering for the university in terms of the teaching of students and the research and scholarship that we do. I think hybrid working existed before COVID, but probably very few of us were engaged with it or even had really thought about it very much. But the pandemic has certainly brought the focus very much into it. And I think, of course, we have to remember that we're actually coming from a position of remote working into the notion of hybrid working. And so we're not starting from where you might naturally have expected us to have started. I think the other thing I'd say in UCD, we've not prejudged this issue. We've not made a determination as to how hybrid working will work, and we've actually been very relaxed in thinking about and exploring the full range of ways in which hybrid working might operate. And that's very appropriate given the very sort of diverse range of roles that people have, and it is definitely not a one-size-fits-all. And so we've committed, in a sense, to continue with a kind of a fairly loose framework of exploring how hybrid working will work in the university effectively through until May next year, where we will take the learnings from all of the different ways in which that is happening on the campus and try and find a way forward that works to the benefit both to the university but also to everybody in it. And I think that we need to recognize that can be a challenge, because don't forget that we very much pushed the university down a road that says one of our unique selling points for our students is that we are a campus-based educational institution, and that means a lot of the educational experience that students will get is through the peer-to-peer interaction, through the faculty-student interaction, and through the interactions that they have with all the people on the campus in the wide ways in which that happens. And that is a core part of what we do. So while there are real opportunities in hybrid working, we also have to recognize that there are risks around it, and hopefully today that that full spectrum will be a little bit explored in terms of thinking about our way forward and how we will really be able to deliver something that works in the interests of the university, but also in the interests of everyone in the university. And I don't think, and we should not assume, that those are mutually exclusive, that this isn't about one or the other. It is about finding the balance that works for everybody. So I am looking forward to this workshop, and I'm really looking forward in the coming months to see the outcome of what is a sort of a very big experiment that we're doing across the university in terms of exploring what hybrid working means for us as an institution. And so with that, I'll hand back to Michael and hopefully participate for at least a good part of this workshop.